Hi there, it's Jeff again. I wanted to come back to this mandolin and our advanced mandolin working skills, the holistic mandolin refinery, as I've come to start calling it. Um, in the previous one, I talked about tone shaping and ways that you can work on the graduation of your instrument, removing mass at the headstock, and refining the shape of the scroll. So all very tonal things to work on. What I wanted to talk about today is more along the lines of the aesthetics of the instrument. So, what I wanted to talk about is the binding. Is the binding. So the binding on the mandolin, it fits into a groove between the top and the side. It protects the corners, and some people just don't like that harsh look, that black on white. Sometimes they may want a more yellow, or sometimes you just want to change the binding out on your instrument. So there's a pretty simple way to go about removing the binding from the mandolin so that you can come back and put whatever it is that you want in there. And so because it sits there in a groove, you're going to want a good starting spot for where you're going to start removing the binding. So just looking forward, what we're going to do is we're going to get our tool in between the binding and the side and the top here, and we're just gonna pry it out and do our best not to chip out or lose too many pieces of wood. Of course, if you lose a little bit of wood, if it gets attached to the binding while it comes off, you can always glue that back on. So I usually like to start with one good clean starting point. So since this is a very visible area to the player, we'll try and make this less visible. We'll put it down here on the bottom in the back there. So usually just want to get a little cut in there like that. And yeah, I got through the binding, so that should start to clean out very easily. And the next thing you do is you really just start removing that binding. It's pretty tight at first, so you might need the tool to help pry it open. Sometimes heat helps, so I'll demonstrate that. If you heat your blade, that'll help loosen up the glue. And so, just get it warm, and that ought to help the blade really relax the glue so that it'll come out. So you just want to, real careful, get your blade right in that binding spot there, and start to take it out, kind of like this. Yeah, you can see, so I lost a little piece of wood there, and that's okay. That'll totally glue back on. But you really just want to just kind of work it out that way. If you can get it pretty loose like this, then you can start taking it off. It'll sometimes just pry off with hand pressure like that. So there's a little piece there. Yeah. So I'm losing a little bit of wood around the edge. But that should be okay. That's totally the kind of stuff that I'll just find those pieces in the pile and glue them back on. So once you've done that, then you can go back and recut your slots and recut that binding channel and put in the binding that you prefer on your mandolin. I hope that helps. Happy mandolining.